Kaleigh Moore here, co-host of the Freelance Writing Coach podcast. So my co-host Emma Siemasko and I were really first-time podcasters. I had co-hosted the Creative Class podcast with Paul Jarvis for, I think, 8 seasons before this, but Paul handled a lot of the logistics of the production side of things, so this was all really new to me. So when Emma and I got together and started talking about how are we going to basically get this podcast out in the world, we started doing our homework. And so as we started pouring through different options, one thing that kept coming up was that we were really overwhelmed by all of the different options out there and how much work this was going to be to help with the distribution piece. So recording the episodes was no problem. We had tons of things to talk about. The question for us was, how much work is it going to be to get the podcast distributed to different listening platforms like Apple or Spotify? And do we need to hire somebody to help us with this because we have no clue how to handle that? So when we came across Transistor as an option for basically just doing all of that in one place, it made perfect sense. And we were honestly really thankful to have found it because at some point during these conversations we were having, it felt like, well, maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe this is a hurdle that's a little bit too big for us to overcome. So finding a tool where we could do distribution all from one place was, number one, the biggest thing that I think was a green light for us. So once we started digging in a little bit more to the software, we discovered there was a lot of other great features to go along with it too. One of the big things that stood out to us was the reporting and data side of things. So as a podcast that has sponsors, we really needed a platform that would help us talk about our numbers, our listeners, our average episode downloads, things like that. And so having that dashboard that's built right into Transistor was a huge benefit. It makes that super easy. We're able to keep track of everything across all listening platforms, and it just made that piece really simple as well. So having all the data in one place, having really accurate numbers felt like a good thing. But then we started digging a little bit more and we found out there's integrations with different software that we were using, like our email platform, our website that we use. And so now we have blog posts along with every episode that we do, and we can embed the Transistor player right within the blog post. So our readers have 2 options to either listen or read, which is great. And you know, we're 2 seasons in now and I have nothing but positive things to say. It's made the whole experience so simple. And I just had no idea how powerful this software was, from all the different tools that were built in, the distribution help, the data side of things. It really just takes care of everything all in one place. And so for 2 people who were really new to podcasting, who had a lot of kind of fear and intimidation going into this, and it almost got in the way of us producing the podcast at all, Transistor was just a godsend. So if you're in that same boat, you're new to podcasting, or maybe you're just looking for something to speed things up and make things simpler, faster, more reliable, Transistor is a great tool for that. And I really just can't say enough good things.